Welcome back to Arizona Daily Mix. High school grads all across the country are about to make a really big transition to college in just a couple of weeks. And so we want to talk a little bit about how we as parents can help them overcome some of that anxiety they might feel. Coach Kenny Weiss is here. He's a certified professional life coach, speaker, author, and podcast host. You do it all. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate you being here. So let's talk about this transition because I've been there. I have a daughter who's been there. It is not an easy transition to make for a lot of kids.
No, it's for the kids especially because they're going from a structured environment to none. And unfortunately, most parents, we really try and control our kids. And so the anxiety or stress, that's what we call it. But what you have to realize is anxiety and stress, the clinical definition is fear. So what's happening is both parent and child are in massive fear. And fear is always one of three things: the fear of rejection, the fear of inadequacy, in other words, I don't have the skills, tools, or knowledge, or the fear of powerlessness. So if you're feeling rejection, that's a question of self-esteem. In other words, I'm looking to you to validate me. So if you ever been in a relationship and say they cheated on you, usually we think that's about us, but
it's really not.
It has nothing to do with that. It's about the other person. I cheated on my first wife. It had nothing to do with her. I wanted to blame her, but until I learned how this worked.
It's confession time.
Of course, yeah. Well, my whole life story's out there. My life's been a train wreck, but that's how I figured all this stuff out.
Exactly.
I went to look at it. So rejection's about looking outside of us. So that's self-esteem work. Things like affirmations. Like I could wake up every day. First thing I do is I go, I love my feet. I've been stuck for 2 years loving my feet.
And by the way, you're a sharp-dressed man.
Well, thank you for that.
But so what can we as parents then help our kids do when we are trying to help them transition through that period of rejection they might be feeling?
Give the problem back to them.
Okay.
We as parents want to solve it, and that's what causes all that fear and anxiety. Remember, fear of inadequacy. I don't have the skills, tools, or knowledge. Because we as parents want to fix it. Our heart's in the right place, but the more we fix it, the more we handicap them. The best way to do that is turn everything into a question. Your kid calls up, God, I'm struggling with this, or so what do you think you'll do about that? I know you.
Let them try to figure it out.
Give the problem back to them.
What about that fear of inadequacy?
That's what we're really talking about there is, and really in a situation like that, most likely what they're really fearing is the rejection. They want to live up to something.
So it's intertwined.
Yes, they all intertwine with each other. You know, that's the question. If you're ever feeling anxious or stressed, ask yourself those three questions. Am I feeling the possibility of rejection, inadequacy, I don't have the skills, tools, or knowledge, or powerlessness? And if it's inadequacy, just go become an expert. Like kids going to college, they're like, where's my dorm? Where are the classes, the campus? It's overwhelming.
Ask a question.
Exactly.
It's very simple.
Walk the class, walk the schedule, become an expert in it, that fear goes down.
We only have about 30 seconds. I want to talk about this app that you really love, Insight Timer, because our students can actually benefit from this, right?
Yeah. Most kids with fear, your amygdala fires, so it shuts down your ability to think. That's why they can't come up with solutions. So one of the best ways to stop that is through meditation. Now, that Insight Timer, it's free. You can load it on your phone, and there's guided meditations, some short, some long, but that's a great, easy way to get started to calm your amygdala down so you can get back into thinking and get into solutions and work through the fear.
Wonderful. I wish we could talk more because you're so fabulous.
I'll be back.
You've written a book. Yes, you'll be back because the book is right here. It is called Your Journey to Success, How to Accept the Answers You Discover Along the Way. This is for all of us. We have to have you back to talk about that. So thank you for being here. Great advice. CoachKennyWeiss.com if you want more information.